Welcome everyone to the Hobby Paleontologist channel. My name is Ilya, and today I've come to a very interesting location. All these stones were once the bottom of a sea, which existed here during the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. Fossils from precisely this time period can be found right in this rock. I won't be giving the exact coordinates of my location. I'll only say that I'm not far from the city of Syzran in Russia. Yes, it's a wonderful city. Let's see what interesting things we can find here today. This area is known for ammonites, belemnites, and there are potential finds of aquatic reptile vertebrae. But we'll see what we actually discover. Anyway, stay tuned. It's going to be very interesting. Let's go. The danger of these landslide-prone banks. It might look like grass is growing everywhere, but that's not the case. There's a large hole right here. If you fail to spot a hole like this, you could easily break your leg. On this steep, eroding bank, you can occasionally find pieces of petrified wood, like this one. It must have been washed into the sea back in those days. This indicates that there was dry land somewhere nearby. This was once a twig, now it's turned to dust. This particular layer is completely poor in fossils. They are none here at all. It's just solid clay and some layers of small pebbles. You can even find bitumen in some places in shapes like this. Real asphalt within the rock layers. Now, on this stone right here, I spotted something that looks like corals. I'll pull it out now and we'll take a closer look. I can't quite tell. It looks like rugose corals. But what are they doing in the Cretaceous period? I'm going to go rinse it in the river and we'll see. Indeed, rugose corals on limestone. Most likely, they ended up here from the Permian or Carboniferous period. Somewhere up there on the higher outcrops, their layers are apparently exposed. Here's an interesting find. A shell. A scallop, perhaps? Most likely. Oh, small belemnites. That's interesting too. Fragments of a bivalve mollusk, probably a scallop. And these little tubes look very similar to Olopora, which we find in the Carboniferous period layers back in the Zhiguli Mountains. But most likely, these were polychaete worms. Look at this sizable ammonite I managed to find. Let's try to extract it from this layer. I think that's enough. It's already cracked. It'll fall apart otherwise. At home, I'll calmly clean all this out with a Dremel tool and glue back what's already come off. In principle, it should turn out to be a decent, sizable ammonite. There are also others like this one here, but they've already fallen apart. Someone hid them under a tree. On the plus side, you can see the cross-section of the ammonite's chambers, and you can see the tube right here. It's called the siphuncle. Using this tube, the ammonite could pump air through all of its chambers and regulate its buoyancy. What a huge belemnite! Whoa! This was once the ancestor of the modern squid, though today only their guards remain, scattered along the shore. Here's an even bigger one, by the way, but it's not complete, whereas this one is whole. This one is awesome. And here are some smaller ones lying around. The entire shore is littered with them. The banks here yield a wide variety of ammonites. Very often, they're not complete, like this one and this one. I can't tell you their specific species at the moment, but I'll add identifications below here once I get home and figure out what types of ammonites lived here in their time. Here are some more, like this one, completely smoothed by the water. Here's a fragment. Anyway, let's take a look. Some layers just have poor preservation. Look at this large belemnite. It's right on the verge of crumbling. We won't touch it. But down here, a bit lower, there are marine organisms in slightly better condition. Here they are. These bivalves are called buccia. And here, a large piece of a belemnite is sticking out. Wow, what a huge ammonite this once was. A shame it fell apart. It's completely crumbled to pieces. Oh, but look, you can see the tube here, the siphuncle. It's interesting, where are these ammonites weathering out from? Which specific layer? I'd love to search up there more thoroughly. This fossilized prehistoric watermelon was once eaten by ammonites, but now its place is in a museum. A fresh landslide has occurred, apparently quite recently. I decided to check it out, but judging by the footprints, someone has already been here, but maybe they missed something. Let's have a look. Nothing interesting. What an interesting cobblestone. It's covered with belemnites and ammonites sticking out. It's a shame the preservation is poor, so I won't touch it. Wow, what an interesting ammonite. Even a bit of the nacre has been preserved. I don't know why, but I really like these ripped ammonites more. Of course, I'm not sure this one will have good preservation, but I'll take it and try to do something with it at home. Belemnites, like a bullet, that's what it's like. I've come to an interesting spot. This is a place where you need to search really thoroughly. I think this might be the most fossil-rich location. Previous investigators left some interesting specimens here. Well, let it stay right where it is. Here, I found this layer with such wonderful, huge ammonites. Whoa, let's try to extract it somehow. The clay is really sticky, but we'll get it out now. This is the most awesome ammonite of the day. If it turns out to be complete, this will definitely be my best find. Ugh, it's so wet. I need to wash it in the water. Okay, what should I do with it? I'll try to scrape the clay off with a hammer. I've got a new idea. Look how beautiful it is. And now, let's knock off a bit of the excess from this ammonite. I'll leave my finds right here for now. Let them lie and dry out, while I go for a short walk a bit further away. I barely walked away before I found a surprise like this. It's another ammonite. I'm not even going to try to open it here, because I had one like this before. I started to open it and it broke. I'd rather clean it carefully at home, in proper lab conditions. Let them stay as they are. Well, this is just a gigantic ammonite. It's a pity, it's in very poor condition of course, but you have to appreciate the size. Here's my hand, here's my foot for scale. Huge. Well, I'm not sure, but it's probably about 60 centimeters in diameter. Awesome. And right here, stuck in the rock, is another one just like it. The landslides here are just unreal. Just look at this. This is a spot where you need to climb around and search carefully. This shows you how dangerous these landslides are. See? A cow stepped on the ground and its leg sank into a fissure. And there are a huge number of these fissures here. Here's another one ahead. So you really have to watch your step. A green mineral right here. This is most likely melanterite. I've come across it before in these areas. Melanterite contains a high amount of iron, which isn't surprising, these rocks are full of iron. A layer with bivalve mollusks, buccia. There are a lot of them here. And here, salt is efflorescing on the clay, the real thing. Let's try licking it, shall we? Here it is. Salt. Salty bitter. Well, yes, it's salt. An interesting belemnite like this one. It's overgrown with gypsum crystals. It seems to have been replaced by gypsum as well. Very fragile. To take or not to take? I'll probably take it. And right here, an underground saltwater spring is flowing out. Mineral water. Whoa, I'd better not get stuck. That's probably why this landslide occurred in the first place. And here's the little spring. Gotta try the water. By the way, the water isn't even that salty. In places like this, if I'm not mistaken, you can sometimes find bones of marine reptiles, ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs. But for now, all I'm finding are gypsum crystals, beautiful ones like these. Oh well, let it be. A dead shrew, well, rest in peace. I'm torn by this choice. Should I go over there or not? It looks like there might be some interesting rocks there. It could be worth checking out. But I'm just so lazy. All right, fine, I'll go. I came here hoping to find some ancient fossil, but there are no fossils here, just stones and clay. All right, let's head back down. What an interesting mineral growing on the walls. It's hard. I'm not even sure. Probably gypsum that crystallized like this. Here, here, and over there higher up too. So, this is what my backpack looks like. A large ammonite is sticking out from all sides, and the backpack has become round and very heavy. How I'm going to carry it up the hill, I don't know. On top of the ammonite inside the backpack are my chisels and other small finds. It's so heavy. This is mega heavy. I have to walk about 2.5 kilometers to the car from here. I've got at least 20 kilos on my back for sure. Let's go. I could barely stand up. You know, when I was walking in this direction earlier, I wasn't sinking this deep into the clay. This just started now. Oh, terrible. I've become so much heavier with this ammonite. There's another problem here. I've probably been exploring this area for over half the day now, and I deliberately didn't bring water because I knew there would be large ammonites here. Well, otherwise with water the backpack would have been even harder to carry, so I'm walking and I'm thirsty. Okay, I'm just complaining to you. I'm thirsty. All right, no big deal, I'll make it. Although there's still another 800 meters uphill, a steep climb to the car. Here's a tooth from some Cenozoic mammal. I don't know how old it is. It could be thousands, maybe not just hundreds, or perhaps it's even quite recent. But anyway, here's a little tooth I found. I'm walking with this heavy backpack and picking up these iridescent ammonites along the way. Phew, maybe I should stop for a break and put them in the bag. Here, I've left some fresh finds. Now I'll walk back and forth along the shore a bit. Maybe I'll find something else interesting. I just turned off the camera, but look how shiny and iridescent this one is. Let's rinse it in the water. Here it is, an ammonite. And over here, a whole family of them. In this cobblestone. It's a pity they're a bit worn down. Otherwise, it would have been a really cool specimen for the collection. And here's a very interesting buchia. Well, its preservation is just fascinating. And pay attention here. This entire rock is covered with ammonites of a specific species. I can't tell you which species it is right now, but I think I'll identify it at home. There you go, our little finds. Whoa, look at this. What a beautiful pattern on the ammonite's shell. These layers have caught my interest. I need to do a bit of exploring here right now. Well, here goes. I'm tapping away at the first layer and this little baby ammonite popped out. Cool. Here it is. All cleaned up. A worthy find. You're probably wondering, what will I do with all these finds? Let me say right away, I don't sell them. I'm building my own museum. And it's precisely through trips like this that this museum gets replenished with new specimens. What will this museum be for? It will serve for local history, educational work. I'll travel with it to schools, I'll organize exhibitions, and perhaps in the future, if I have a space somewhere, this museum will be stationed there, delighting interested people and enhancing their education. But before I simply put all these finds away in a cabinet, so to speak, where they'll wait their turn, I photograph them thoroughly with a scale bar and send the photos to specialists, just in case there's something valuable there, so it can benefit science. And here's my advice to you. If you find something interesting, be sure to show it to specialists. What if it brings great benefit to science? For example, a specific species of ammonite that hadn't been discovered in this area before, or at all. There are more amateur paleontologists than professionals. We need to help science. I've been talking a bit too long. Now, this backpack on my back and I'll move on. All right, let's go. Look how many small belemnites are on this rock. Cool. Oh, this one is such a great belemnite. Should I take it? It's perfectly intact. I'll take just this one plate. Phew, I don't think I'm going to make it at all. Well, this brings us to the end of a new episode about the fossils from the vicinity of Sizron. How can we summarize this trip? Essentially, it happened and it was quite successful. Today we found ammonites, belemnites, buchia, and some unclear scallop-like shells. We'll figure out what those are. We didn't, however, find any bones of ancient marine reptiles. Those are ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, pliosaurs, and so on. And here's a key point to remember. These ancient marine reptiles, the ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, etc., are not dinosaurs. They are sauropterygians, ichthyopterygians, and so on. That's their scientific classification. But overall, I came here for a trophy ammonite, and I found it right here on my back. It's terribly hard climbing this hill. I need to get all the way up to that tripod. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it informative. So please write in the comments what you'd like to see in my future videos. Thank you all for watching. Bye!